Yo, what's up, everybody? And good morning, I guess. I got some morning light today for the video. Recently just picked this up for a really cheap price. Well, a decent price. This compilation, Punk 45. Absolutely sick comp. Play a little bit in the back here. I'm a mess. Comes with these inners. Lots of info. Also came with a 7-inch bonus, which is a nice touch. And it came with a download code as well. So it is perfectly geared towards my DJ sets. Loads and loads of obscure punk singles. The whole series is really smoking hot. Punk 45 series put out by Soul Jazz Records out of the UK. Basically grabbing a bunch of obscure 45s that you would pay loads of money to pick up OGs of. Some of them not even repressed or reissued. Then remastering them to fit on these compilations. I think they sound great. And they spread it over really nicely too. I think this whole album runs 45 minutes, but it's spread over 2 records. Plus you get the bonus 7-inch. And lots of great tracks. I don't think I recognized any of the bands on this one. Usually I recognize a few that are more well known, but didn't know. Oh, V2, maybe. I don't know. Stormtrooper is the, we'll say, title track for this comp. They do the I'm a Mess, and that's also on the 7-inch too. So, backstory with this record for me was I was going to pick this up last year. This came out in 2022, and I think it was a Record Store Day, tied in with Record Store Day release. Not that they always do that for these Punk 45. I think they're kind of coming close to the end of the series. They put out so many for different cities, different countries. This has been the UK, 77 to 78. DIY or Die, Art, Trash, and Neon. But this, I sat on the fence because it was a little high priced, as everything is vinyl-wise these days, especially in a cold Nordic country like Canada where nothing gets produced, only consumed. This one was regularly $56.99 Canadian bucks. So in US terms, that'd be like, I don't know, $40 or something. But $56.99 was a little steep, even for a double pack. I didn't know it came with the 7-inch. Nevertheless, got it half price Boxing Day sale right there. So it turned out to be about $30. Price was right for me. Now at the same shop in Toronto area, I nabbed an old school OG press of a record that I love. I have the reissue of this, and this is a band that I've been into since I was maybe 12 years old, and that is the Cramps. I got the Gravest Hits EP. What a killer EP. It of course has Human Fly on it, and Surfin' Bird, their cover of that, cover of Domino. Everything's a cover really with the Cramps. That was kind of their thing that they did. Garagey rock, punk rockabilly versions of songs. But yeah, so it's nice to get this Canadian press on IRS Records. It's a VG Plus, I'd say. There's a bit of markings on it, but otherwise it looks pretty decent. I have the reissue I bought in LA, actually, of all places. And never really come across the OG too much. Not in these neck of the woods. So when I saw it, caught my eye. Price was a little average. Actually, it was not bad, $40. But I also got like a 30% discount or something on used records that day. So anyway, ended up paying like $30 or something for this thing. So $30 for an OG copy of the Cramps' Gravest Hits. Yep, I will definitely take that. A few more records to show, and a couple CDs to go. We'll keep going with the vinyl. Some other things that came in the mail from discogs. This is an artist, a techno artist that I'm really into these days. Morah, been into him for a while actually. Greek artist, Ursa Major. Cool ass single. I think came out sometime in the 2010s. And this one is on Broken Toys label, which does put out some cool, hard-hitting, industrial-style techno. And Morah fits that bill. It goes from sort of dark, heavy ambient to some techno beats. And I got another release by Morah that is completely a black label. Actually, it includes a small insert. I'm going to have to write on this label because I got a million of these, and if they get mixed up, I won't remember who the hell they are. So this is Morah, the Anarchy EP on Berkey's Heroic. Sort of infamous now techno label from the 2010s. This was the 27th release. You got Off With His Head, Act 3, Scene 4 here. Always includes some sort of political or social commentary type of poster art with the releases. But yeah, absolutely banging, heavy techno. Can't go wrong. There's at least one jam on here. On the B-side, I think the last song on the B-side is the #1 jam for me. It's got a interesting kind of groove, etc. So yeah, Morah, Berkey's Heroic. And last but not least, well, I got 2 more vinyl actually to show. Pick this up. Yeah, this should have made my top 10 probably of 2023, but I got it too late, and that's just how it goes sometimes. So another band, like I was talking about earlier with Autopsy, a band that I've been kind of off and on with, a band that I came to like much later on in their career, didn't follow them in the 90s, etc. Didn't know of them even in the 90s. But I've always been a fan of the Swans since the 80s, so there you go. So, you know, I'm a fan of sludge, heavy hitting no wave. Godflesh take it to the next level. Godflesh takes it to the next level of industrial metal, kind of inventing that genre, I guess, along with Pitch Shifter's first album maybe. But J.K. Broderick is also known to me because he does a lot of hard techno, industrial techno as J.K. Flesh. And I'm following off and on. This is an excellent Godflesh album, maybe one of their best since like the first early couple of ones. This is Purge on Avalanche. All their stuff is on Avalanche, it seems like, but UK label. Yeah, really cool, heavy, screamy kind of vocals, but buried nicely in the mix, I think, with just heavy break beats, drum and bass, slow drum and bass, trip hop. I read somewhere too that they almost kind of half invented trip hop, I think, with some of their 90s releases. Godflesh, really heavy shit, and makes you want to go back and get some of the older stuff, which I recently got. This Selfless CD. I haven't listened to this one yet, so I'm anxious to hear how this one works out. It's on Earache, which got massive distro in the 90s on Columbia. This is a 1994 CD by Godflesh. Picked that up recently. Recently got some Above the Law hip hop. Huge fan of their debut album. Didn't even realize that they kept going for many years on more sub labels. And this one is one of those. This is a 1999 release by these guys. They really kind of owned the gangster rap thing more as they went on. I don't know if the songwriting got any better or worse from the first album. They didn't have Dr. Dre, I guess, anymore producing it. So this has got 15 tracks, which makes me a little nervous because 90s CDs with that many songs means a running time of over an hour. Then I also got some traditional French music, La Bulldog, which apparently was one of my top listens last year on Spotify. If you do Spotify Wrapped. This artist is long dead and gone. Don't think they receive anything from Spotify anymore, but some account somewhere maybe gets pennies from Spotify. Talked about these guys earlier, the band that I can never pronounce, Cruciamentum. This is their debut album that came out like 15 years before their new release. Got that on CD. And last but not least, I got this sucker. Noisear. Some heavy grind death metal. Shit ton of songs. And really horrible graphic design. Look at that. Look at that color on color. You can't even recognize. That's my quick update here for end of 2023. It's been a great year. A lot of cool videos. A lot of great channels. Shout out to all the channels that I love out there. Tommy Vinyl Knot. Sean that changes his name for his channel all the time. Dreadful Rick. The Heavy Metallurgy. Who else? Everybody that I'm watching. Maybe I'll put a list below. Happy holidays, everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next one.